Friends, UPSC Civil Services 2022 results are out today. Congratulations to all the candidates who made it to the list. However, those who could not see your name in the list, definitely I know it's a very hard time because you have spent a lot of time, money, you have sacrificed alternate career, family time, and it's a lot of blood and sweat. And at the end, in the last stage of the examination, you could not make it. However, you have several options. For example, those candidates who do not have further attempts, definitely whatever alternate career you choose, this preparation of UPSC will help you in succeeding in that career. And those candidates who have further attempts, you have got only 5 days time to prepare for prelims. And definitely you could not make it to the list mainly because you would have got less marks either in the mains or in the PT, as you have already cleared prelims. But now, don't underestimate the prelims. Similarly, the candidates who made it to the list, but they want to write exam once more in order to get a better rank, to get their favorite service, you also should not spend much time in celebration as you have got only 5 days to prepare for prelims. I have with me Krishnam Naidu sir, IRS officer 2014 batch. He also in his previous attempt has come to the interview stage and there he has missed it. So Naidu sir, generally in the last few years if you observe the trend, the final result and after the prelims examination very less gap is there. Only maybe 10 days, 1 week gap is there. This time only 5 days gap is there. So what do you think candidates have to do who failed in the examination? What do you think they have to do in the next 5 days?
See, best thing is they should come out of this particular debacle that they couldn't succeed, and they should immediately tune themselves. It's like completely formatting their own mindset, everything, and they should prepare immediately for the examination. And my suggestion would be for the next 5 days they should focus more on the static part, like on polity and history, geography, where there is a element of certainty, and also economy when compared to current affairs and other aspects, because you have very less time to brush up other aspects. So rather than pondering upon what had happened, what was the reason for their bad result, or why they are not able to get the anticipated rank, rather than contemplating on those aspects, the best aspect is to focus on what they are supposed to do now. So they should stay in the present rather than thinking about the past or future, and they should focus on the things which could be manageable. So in terms of the variables, I would say that static part could be dealt better because already they had brushed up their concepts. So they can immediately churn through all those aspects. And if they are able to, each day, if they dedicate to one particular topic, 1 day for polity, 1 day for geography, 1 day for history, 1 day for economy, so that they can, they at least can do justice to the time that is there at their disposal. That's what I would suggest.
Definitely, because for UPSC personal test also, you would have definitely been reading newspapers from last few months. Only for prelims and mains, you would have prepared geography, history, economy, polity, environment. But for interview, personal test, definitely you would have spent time only on the current affairs. So naturally, you would be strong in the current affairs of the last 1 year. However, static part, you have got a gap of almost 3 to 4 months. So you have to revise in the same way. And current affairs part, definitely will be strong in the conceptual parts of current affairs, but little facts, if you want to revise, there are many yearly magazines, the entire year compilation of current affairs. Like how Naidu sir said, first you have, today is polity day, let's say you revise the entire polity, towards the end of the day, you can revise only polity, current affairs, facts, quickly, the facts. Similar tomorrow, economy, you read the economy static part, once it's over, you can quickly go through the facts part of current affairs economy. And now what happens is most of the candidates, see, everybody feels bad because you could not make it in the final list. But how many days will you feel bad? There is the point here. Some people can get themselves back within 1 day. Some people may take 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. But if you take 3 or 4 days, definitely very less chance of clearing the prelims examination. The real failure is not making to the final list. The real failure is feeling bad for 3 to 4 days and not preparing for prelims and ultimately failing in the prelims. And nowadays, prelims has become very dicey. Even the candidates who have got a rank in this attempt, whose name is there in the list, but you could not get your favorite service, those candidates also should not spend much time in celebrations. Definitely I'll celebrate because 1 or 2 days, because we have sacrificed many things to get into the list. So 1-2 days maximum. After that, get back, prepare for the prelims examination. I have seen many rankers, top rankers also, fail prelims examination in the immediate attempt because of lack of revision and because prelims mindset is completely different from, as you know very well because you already did prelims before, is very different from the mains and personal test mindset. You have to get back into the prelims mindset. How? You have to once again go through last 10 years of UPSC papers, solve them. Definitely you would have solved them before, but once again solve them. Maybe each paper will take some 40 minutes for you now. Solve the tennis paper so that you get into that mood, that mindset to use prelims. And if you have written any mock exams of prelims in the last few months while preparing for interview, those mock exams also revise it quickly, but revise those questions in the mock exams which you could not answer well or which you have answered, which you have guessed and became correct. So go through all those things along with the static syllabus. And now friends, remember that don't try to sit down and self-assess what has went wrong. Right, so generally most students what they do is, once they fail in the final result, they will sit down and think about what went wrong, where would have I gone wrong. Do you think this kind of analysis should be done on the day of result or immediately after the few days result?
See, the most important thing is this particular examination tests your resilience, your perseverance, and your ability to take and absorb the shocks. Because once you tomorrow get into the service, you will again faced with these kind of circumstances, to what extent you are in a position to respond rather than to react. Because at the end of the day, what matters is that the kind of decision you are taking which would impact your future, because the decision making is the most important thing. So rather than thinking about the kind of result you had encountered, the most important thing you have to think is what is in your hand. What could be executed, how you can deal with it. See, once if you are able to deal with these 5 days in a most efficient manner, like what Sarat sir has said, so automatically once the examination is over, then you can ponder upon the reasons why you are not able to succeed in the final hurdle, what could be done to reshape yourself. And one more important aspect I want to tell, like what you have said, sir, that see, more than 10 lakh people will be attempting this examination. In that, the chance and the probability to succeed at the level of prelims is only 1.5%, because only 15,000 students at the maximum would be selected for the next iteration, in the sense for writing mains examination. So once you clear mains, from there the chance to get an interview call is 20%, because around 3,000 students or 3,000 aspirants would be selected out of 15,000 who had written mains. So that means the chance has been increased from 1.5% to 20%. Now once you attend interview there, the chance of getting selected is 33%, because one among the 3 would be selected, or one among 2.5 aspirants would be selected for the finalist. So please understand that once you are able to clear this, the most difficult and most challenging hurdle, that is the prelims, then you can think, or you can reshape your strategy, or you can completely reshape your thinking process, articulation, presentation, everything for the subsequent levels, where not just see at the level of mains and interview, rather than an element of luck, there is more an element of your endeavor and your presentation and other aspects. But when it comes to prelims, if you are not present, if you are not completely like reacting to the situation or responding to the situation in the most apparent and most efficient manner, the chances of you failing in the initial hurdle will be more. So please don't neglect, or don't please come out of this sorrow, please come out of this disappointment. So everything in life happens for a purpose, And I strongly believe that, and you also strongly believe that, rather than getting a last rank in the list, maybe if you focus better now, as you had gone almost to the final hurdle, maybe you would be a topper, or you could be in the top 100 or 200. That would give you a better career, better result, better satisfaction. So see the light at the end of the tunnel in that manner. So you please focus on those aspects.
Exactly. See the point of what you said, sir. Rather than getting a last rank in this list, it's better you fail in this examination, and next time you can get the top rank because you have ample amount of time. Also, CSAT, don't neglect it. The candidates who cleared the prelims previously by getting a margin of 70 to 75 marks, this time you may not be able to clear. Only those candidates who are getting more than 19 CSAT, yes, you can be comfortably clearing the examination. But remaining candidates, though you have went to interview and fail, once again you have to revise the important arithmetic reasoning parts in order to clear CSAT. Also, after this 5 days is over, once you write prelims examination, from that day evening you can spend almost like 1 week of time analyzing where in the mains, in the optional, general essay, where you have gone wrong, because you would have the mocks with you. You can analyze the mocks. Based on that, you can change preparation strategy for the mains and after the personality test. So I would say, after the prelims examination, you should definitely start writing the mains test series or mains daily answer writing practice. For example, in our academy also, we have 2 programs. One is mains test series. Once in every week we have full examination. Other thing is daily mains answer writing practice, where for example this entire week, every day you write 5 questions on polity. Next week you write 5 questions economy. Means we'll divide the syllabus into parts, daily write 5 questions. So observe which subject, which paper you have got real less marks in general studies. Is it GS 1, 2, 3, 4 or essay or optional? So try to write more questions on those subjects, as well as try to gather more information on those subjects, get them evaluated by experts so that we can become really strong in the mains. Also, I know I have heard recently some of the students are thinking of changing the optional, but that has to be kept completely different. I mean, if you want to change the optional, definitely it's not possible in this attempt. If you have already opted for the optional before, change the optional, that is okay. But now if you want to change the optional, then now I think you have to definitely stop writing the prelims examination. Any candidate who think that you want to change the optional, you please don't write with the previous optional now by writing prelims examination. Drop the attempt and go for the next attempt. Only if you want to continue with the same optional which you opted for last time and this time, then only you have to write the prelims examination according to me. And also, Naidu sir, generally what happens is, most of the candidates would be confused whether they got less in mains or interview, because we have seen candidates who get 140 in the interview, still get a good rank. Some candidates get 180 but still fail in the examination. So I think mains is the most important stage they have to focus on. What is your opinion on that?
See, I would say that once you get that conceptual clarity, definitely if articulation is an issue, like for example, take my case. In my second attempt, in my first attempt, I couldn't clear prelims. In my second attempt, I went up to interview. In my third attempt, I couldn't clear my mains. In the fourth attempt, I got All India 284 rank. So if you see the things, my interview score in second attempt was only 120 out of 300. Next, in my fourth attempt, I got 184 out of 275. So the change is not in terms of like as if I have sea changed, because my personality, which is like empirically as well as psychologically it is proven, personality can't be changed in a span of 6 months or 1 year. It is something that has been laid right from the childhood. Only thing that has been changed is my attitude, how to face the board. Like, and earlier I used to give larger than life importance to the examination, which later when I came to my fourth attempt, I got matured myself. I realized that there is importance for everything in life, and this is also an hurdle and I have to just face it. But when it comes to the mains, one obvious thing is, maybe in interview you can, like, maybe a person who is having a charming personality, who has more confidence, who has better articulation, better clarity of thought in expressing the things, maybe he can outperform another candidate who might not have all these skills, maybe by 10-15 marks, not more than that. But when it comes to the mains, which has almost larger component, which is like 85% of the entire evaluation, which is going to determine your rank in final mark list, unless and until you study, you work hard. One guarantee, one thumb rule in UPSC is that there is no guarantee that you would succeed if you do the hard work and smart work. But there is 100% guarantee that if you don't do your hard work and smart work properly, there is 100% chance that you won't succeed. So, mains will eliminate the element of luck or chance of luck almost to 90%. Maybe 10% in optional, in scaling up and in other aspects, maybe in evaluation or something, there might be an element of luck and other aspects, but 90% it all depends on the manner in which you study, you present, you write, you practice, you understand, and at the same time you articulate, and within that 7.5 minutes for each question, how you are going to present the things. So that's the reason why mains is the most important thing when compared to interview, where in 3 months period, once you have given your mains, you can easily reshape your thought process and attitude, if not the other aspects. So clarity of thought, conceptual clarity, conceptual depth, everything you can attain in preparation of mains. So I would say mains is the most important thing. But please keep in mind, unless and until you clear prelims, there is no further prospects or further progression in writing or in clearing other hurdles to pursue your dream career in civil services.
And also the candidates who have exhausted attempts, all attempts are over, and this is the last attempt, and if you fail the attempt. Now, I know that it is a very depressing point in life. Definitely you will be highly disappointed because you could not realize your dream. But let me tell you, we have seen many candidates who could not make it to the list in consecutive attempts, finally failed in overall civil service dream, but they could really make very good careers, alternate careers, not civil service, alternate careers. Of course, state government service is also good service. Some of them have gone to state government service, but in the corporate, entrepreneurship, they have done really well. Now, sir, your circle, your friends, see, you have finally got into the list and you became an officer. But some of your friends who exhaust all the attempts. So, do you think their journey of civil services, that knowledge helped them to make really good career in the corporate or entrepreneurship or alternate careers?
See, I would say that definitely civil services examination will widen the horizon of your understanding of many aspects in life. Right from historical perspective to the present things that are happening, your way of understanding and your perspective and your knowledge pertaining to the things enhance. So, and the one more important thing that during the preparation, if a person had given his attempts or taken the entire process seriously, he definitely his perseverance, his patience and his ability to absorb knowledge and his number of hours of sitting or dedicating time to a particular work, everything would have enhanced or would have increased because of years of continuous process of studying the things. So I have seen my friends who couldn't succeed in clearing the examination. Now a few people had gone to USA, pursued their MS, and now they are in top jobs in many MNCs and they are drawing salary which is can't even imaginable as a civil servant what I am drawing now, and they are really in a satisfied sector. Same manner in India also I have seen many of my friends who couldn't clear, now they had taken up their family business and further enhanced those business and they are really performing well. So nothing to dishearten, like I said, no, everything in life happens for a purpose. So definitely whatever you have learned, taking this as a kind of an inspiration or taking this as a kind of a learning, from there you should definitely take off to reach higher heights in life.
So friends, keep away from disappointment and all the best for your next attempt, and thanks Naidu sir for sharing your thoughts.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.